Hey there, everybody. This is Rental Robert with the Hustle Nation. You know, I have people all the time ask me, say, hey, why is it that you enjoy investing in real estate so much, or why should I invest in real estate and everything? So I got 5 reasons that I'm going to give you on why I love investing in real estate. Now, you see what's going on right here? They are actually putting in a foundation right now, and there's going to be a house that's being built right here. I got the batter boards up, or actually the footers, and the plumbing is run or whatnot, and so it won't be too much longer. They're going to be making a pour, and that is their view. Okay, and so this is this person's piece of property. What that equates to is they're getting to actually dictate how that piece of property is getting used. They have some control over it. Let me ask you this. What is it? How do you control your stock? How do you control your treasury bond? How do you control your mutual fund other than buying and selling? Do you get to tell them to, change the color of it, increase the share? Do you get to dictate when the split happens? You know, these are all things that we have basically no control over for the most part. But you do have control over real estate. Here's another thing having to do with real estate that you can't do with other investments. You want to add some value, you can go ahead and add a bathroom. You can make it how you want. You can make it as big as you want. You can put a tub right there. You can put a shower right there. Let me ask you this. How are you going to make changes to your stocks? How are you going to make changes to your treasury bills? How are you going to make changes to your bonds? I mean, these are the things that part of my attraction having to do with real estate comes from is being able to have this control. We can kind of determine how this takes off in the sense that there's no way for me to improve the value of my Southern Company stock. Okay? None. Now, if I got a house, I can paint it, I can clean up the yard, boom, I've just improved the value of it. I can do things to improve the overall standing of that property to make it more valuable and attractive in other people's eyes, okay? I don't have the ability to do that with stocks at all, okay? Now, real estate pays a whole lot better than stock dividends. However, stock dividends are basically you cut a check and then you wait and dividends come, you get a statement, you reinvest it, let it keep growing and everything. So it's virtually maintenance free to a certain degree. All right, now, here's point number 2 that I like about having to do with real estate is I like big rents and I cannot lie. Boom. That's what it's about right there, rents. Continuous revenue coming in on a monthly basis, okay? Now, if you got large enough stock portfolios, my understanding is you can start getting them to give you a payment on a monthly basis. I don't know if you can get that when you only own individual stocks. I think that you can when you own mutual funds or something that's a conglomerate of different stocks all in one place and whatnot, but you need to check on that because I am not an expert, okay? I am not the stock guy. There's other people out there doing far better than I am with having to do with stocks and everything, and they really enjoy that stuff. And I think that there's nothing wrong with investing in the stock market whatsoever. What I do think is wrong is if you make an investment, you're not educated, okay? And that's what I would be doing is I am not educated having to do with the stock market. So the quickest way to lose money is do something that you're not familiar with, okay? So it would not be good for me to do that, all right? I would need to take some time. I'd need to read up on it. I need to look at a prospectus, see how the company's doing, yada, yada, and everything like that so I can make an educated decision on making that purchase, okay? Now, here's one of the best things that I like about having to do with real estate is this. Negotiating. I'm sure I'm going to mess this up. Negotiate. I love negotiation. Here's the thing, okay? All the way up virtually until the closing table you have the ability for adjustments to be made on the price, okay? Have you ever said, I'm gonna buy $50,000 worth of stock, and then when you get close to writing that check, say, hey, what about 45? Would you take 42,000 for it? 38? You know, no, okay? You're not gonna do that. That price that you pay for that investment is set by somebody else, okay? The thing about it is that 9 times out of 10, I've got the ability to talk directly with the owner, okay? And if I find something wrong with it, you know, then we can go back to the negotiating table and make some arrangements or something like that, or I can just walk away, all right? Once you bought stock, boom, you're all in, okay? It's like going off the high dive, and then you're there, all right? So, you know, the thing about it is that there's opportunities for us to be able to kind of backtrack, so to speak, and have some difference with the price, okay? Now, the next thing is having to do with leverage, okay? You cannot buy $80,000 worth of stock and pay $50,000 cash for it. You cannot, okay? Absolutely 100% no way, okay? I have actually paid $15,000 for a house that is currently worth $80,000, and it was worth probably $50,000 when I bought it. You're not going to get that with the stock market, okay? Unfortunately, again, those prices are set somewhere, somehow. Okay, now, we're going to buy a house for $50,000, all right? We're going to put 10% down, which means $5,000, okay? The house cost $50,000, all right? So, now, what happens if $50,000 worth of stock goes up 10%? You made $5,000 because you paid $50,000 for it. Follow me? Now, if I put $5,000 on a $50,000 house and it goes up $5,000, guess what? I just got 100% return on my money. And I still got the house. So you see what I'm saying in the sense that with the leverage that you get from real estate because you're able to use other people's money, okay? Now, you might be able to get, I've heard that there is a way that you can buy stocks with somebody else's money, but I don't know how you do it. Again, that'd be a good way for me to lose money, and then it's not having to do with the, with real estate in the same that we're able to leverage somebody else's money, whether it be a bank, a private individual, or something of that nature, okay? And again, I can buy an $80,000 house for $50,000, okay? The thing about it is, we're not able to do that with the stock market. So there's a huge way that we can make money right off the bat. And then with that equity, if you're in a position where you qualify, then you can take a loan against that equity and be able to pull it back out and be able to put that into action as well. Now, the last thing is time. You make a decision you want to buy some stock, you're going to have to make a commitment at some point, say, here's your check, here's your cash, whatever, boom, it's done, okay? Then, that's it. You're in there, you're committed, okay? Guess what? When I do real estate, I'm able to sign a contract that locks the property in at a specific price, okay? In my state, if for some reason that owner does not want to complete the transaction at the price agreed and I still want to go forward, I can file that contract as a legal document and it will cloud the title so that if they ever go to sell it, then somebody's going to come back to me and say, hey, what's the deal? Well, the deal was he made a commitment and now he tried to back out on it and everything, and I ain't going for it. So, you have this time, and you can set your closing date on that property. If it's a single family home, normally 30, 60, maybe 90 But in this day and time, it's 30 days or sooner, okay? Things are moving real fast. And here's the thing though, is you lock it in, okay? And even if the price doubles, all right, and the seller is a person of integrity, you know, they do what they say they're going to do, then, you know, you might have made 100% equity in less than 30 days. I've seen it happen more than once, okay? The other thing is that sometimes people sell something at such a low price, they might not even know what the value is, or it's got problems and they just want to get rid of it. They want to be done for it. You solve their problem. It's worth this much. They take it. Boom, we're done. Okay? So what ends up happening is when the closings are this quick, though, you lock that property up in a contract, then you get to go and do what we call the due diligence. You can do your inspection. You look around, you know, you check it out. Hey, what's going on here? You might want to go underneath the house, see if there's any beams that are crushed, any termites that are bad, anything that, you know, needs to be addressed. Then you go up in the attic, see if the roof's been leaking, stuff of that nature. And so you really sit there and you have to ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing? And, you know, let me move forward with this and everything. Okay, we got a contingency due to the inspection. I'm not real happy with this. You got some beams underneath the house that need to be replaced. Well, that's going to be, you know, $2,000, so you need to take $2,000 off the purchase price, whatever it might be. And so then we have the ability to, it's a long transaction, as opposed to when I go to buy stock, you know, hey, I want Southern Company, here's my money, boom, it's done. You know, there's no chance of me searching or anything of that nature and whatnot. I have to do all of that before. And guess what happens? When you do that, the price goes up, or it can go up. And guess what? Unless you lock it in on one of them things called a put or a call or, you know, options or something of that nature, but that means you're spending money again. You know, and again, I don't understand it. I just know what's worked for me. I love real estate. I love taking ugly houses, making them look beautiful, and I love the beginning of the month because I like big rents and I cannot lie, all right? And those are the 5 reasons that I love real estate. In the comments, let me know, why do you like real estate or why do you hate real estate? Okay? I hear people all the time, oh man, you're going to end up having to carry some people's stuff out. You're going to have to evict. You're going to have to do this. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. You know what? And you also might get a bag back from pushing wheelbarrows full of money and everything because you made some smart moves. Okay? That might happen too. So, let me ask you this. Are you going to stay in bed all day or are you going to get up and take a chance? You might make something. You might not. Talk to me now. I'm talking with you. It's Rental Robert with the Hustle Nation.